Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to another edition of the I Bear Witness podcast show. I'm Student Minister Randy Muhammad, your host, and it's a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be before you once again. We're coming to you this Thursday evening. It's not our usual time, but we have a very special event happening this weekend. So we wanted to take the opportunity to really come before a live audience and share some information. I have a very, very special guest that's in the studio with us tonight. And that is our student captain, Sister Carla Muhammad. Sister Carla, welcome to the I Bear Witness podcast show.
Thank you, sir. Wa alaikum salam. I am humbled and honored to be here.
How you feel, Sister Cap?
I feel wonderful. I'm very excited about this beautiful podcast as we uplift all who are participating tonight, learning a little bit more about the woman in the Nation of Islam.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to be talking about the woman in Islam. That's a topic that a lot of people have a lot of questions, particularly about the Nation of Islam. They often see the brothers out in the streets, the FOI, or when the minister is speaking, you really see the FOI securing the minister. And people ask about the MGT. So tonight, we're going to give you a chance to our listening audience to learn, some things about the MGT and the GCC and the Muslim women in the Nation of Islam. So we are alive and we want to allow for our listening audience. If you'd like to participate, you can join us and call. We have our line, which is available. You can give us a call if you want to participate. The call-in number is here on the screen. You can call 667-770-1431 and hit the code 627-9024 #. So I'll keep that number there for those that would like to call in and ask any questions. But let's get started because time is of the essence. And we don't plan to be long this evening, but we wanted to just have a conversation. First and foremost, Sister Carla, what is the MGT and GCC?
MGT and GCC means Muslim Girls Training and General Civilization Class. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Ms. Farrakhan are the head of the MGT class, and through their directive, they have taught us and continue to teach us how to keep house. How to keep house, Brother Minister Randy, is very important because if we don't have a spiritual and mental cleansing of our homes, our physical home will not be as it should be. So physical cleaning is one thing, but spiritual and mental cleaning of our homes is very important. In particular, when the leader went into COVID-19, all of the women in the Nation of Islam were given special books and proper cleansing so that when our families came home during COVID, during the pandemic, our homes were sterilized, our homes were happy, and our homes were in peace.
Beautiful.
Another training unit with there are 7, how to rear our children. Very important that the sisters, the woman, the mother is key to civilization. We are taught in the Nation of Islam that the mother is the first nurse, the first teacher, the first caregiver. So it's very important that the woman is educated spiritually, mentally, and physically, and is given tools of salvation so that her children can have love and direction.
That's
Children
right.
that don't have love and direction, as we see outside in our communities, it can be a problem.
That's right.
Another beautiful training unit is how to take care of husband. Taking care of husbands, especially our Black men, is key in the Nation of Islam because we know in the community our men have been through so much police brutality, imprisonment, just to name a few. So to have a husband, which is a blessing, as marriage, we're taught in our Nation of Islam that is half of our faith, Brother Minister. It's so important to know to have a clean house, a peaceful house, a home cooked meal. And when your husband's not feeling well, he may have the flu or he's getting sick, how to nurse him through proper nutrition.
Wow.
How to act at home and abroad, how to sew, how to cook. Very important, these training units.
Yes.
And a lot of women said, well, I'm more than just that. These are training units, but they help you as a base. We have women in the Nation of Islam, Brother Minister, who are lawyers, doctors, we have entrepreneurs, we have professors, we have chefs, we have educators. So yes, we have our 7 training units, but those training units can take you all over the world.
Awesome. That's beautiful, no, because it's very important, right?
Yes, yes.
One of the things that I want our listening audience to know about us in the Nation of Islam, you know, our people, you know, the original people here in the wilderness of North America, the original Black people.
Yes.
And I gotta say, you know, when we in the Nation of Islam speak about Black people, we're talking about all members of the original and indigenous people.
Yes.
Many of us, most of us here, we speak English, but some of our people speak Spanish. Like my family are from the island of Puerto Rico,
Yes.
but we know that we are original people, that we are members of the Black family, that we are Black, that we come from Africa. Some of our people are in Haiti and they speak
Right.
French,
That's right.
but they are members of the Black family. They are Black. They originated in Africa. Some of our people are even Cape Verdean, you know, and they come from the Cape Verde Islands off the coast of Africa, and they're Black. So it don't matter, you know, where we are, right? We all started on the motherland together.
Yes.
So it ain't about where the boat stopped, it's about where the boat started, right? And so we as Black people in America, whether we speak English, French, Spanish, or Portuguese, we know those are not our original languages.
Right.
And so we were robbed of the knowledge of ourselves.
That's right.
We were robbed of our names, our culture, our religion, our history. We were totally destroyed.
Yes.
And for the most part, brothers and sisters, we exist in a destroyed state because no one came to repair us
That's right.
until God came in the person of Master Father Muhammad and raised up the most honorable Elijah Muhammad to teach us. And so in the teachings of the Nation of Islam, is really teaching us. We have a class not only for the sisters, we're talking about the sisters today and the things that the sisters are taught, but we have a class for the men, which is called the FOI. But the point is that we are taught how to be men, right? We were never really taught that under the system that the oppressor gave us. So as we're listening to you talk about the 7 training units in the Nation of Islam, we're making new men and we're making new women.
Right.
And we're being trained on how to be a good husband, how to be a good father, right? How to be a man, how to be a good woman, how to be a husband, how to be a good mother.
Right.
And we know that a nation can rise no higher than its woman.
That's right.
So all praises are due to Allah. We have a class. So talk a little bit about the class and some of the things that the sisters can benefit from coming and partaking and being a part of the class.
Absolutely, Brother Minister. The women's class is on Saturdays, and that's anywhere on the planet. The Nation of Islam, NGT, and GCC class every Saturday starting at 9 a.m. We are taught canning, how to preserve our food. As we know, winter is around the corner, and there was in the pandemic, we learned a great lesson that if we didn't have stored food, we may not have been able to eat. We are taught how to sew, because this society, unfortunately, is creating garments that are offensive to God. And when a woman puts these garments on, it is not pleasing. So we are taught how to put on garments of God, attire that is pleasing to God, even though we didn't be married, even though we have family and friends. We are taught to please God and God only by covering, by looking impressive, by looking dignified. We can go anywhere on this planet and wear the attire that the Nation of Islam has for the sisterhood, the women of God. And people bow. I have never, ever had a hard problem with anyone in the community because of my attire. They bow, they open the door, they ask me if I need assistance. So it's beautiful to have these garments.
It's protection.
It is protection. It's
Yes.
protection. So only conversation that someone can have with you is assalamu alaikum or good morning, good night, or how can I help you? They're not trying to get into inappropriate conduct.
No, that's a very, very important point, Sister Cat, Sister Carla. Um, it is, for the protection, the
Yes.
modest dress code. And I want to say,
Yes.
as a man, that sisters, you can be beautiful
That's right.
and modest,
That's right.
right? We don't have to be exposed
Right.
and showing our figure and our
Right.
form
Right.
to every man, because we know that we live in a sick society.
That's right.
And so, the latest edition of the Final Call
That's right.
is dealing with Black girls that are coming up missing,
That's right.
right?
That's
And
right.
so we see that this is a problem
That's right.
all over the country,
That's right.
where many of our Black girls are being found missing,
Right.
and many are feared to be dead.
Right. That's right.
And so we are living in a civilization. I hesitated. I said that because there's nothing civil about it,
Right.
right? Where savagery is really the order of the day. So to our sisters, we have to be just mindful, of where we are and the teachings of Islam, and the way that the sisters are taught on how to carry themselves.
That's right.
Is really a protection in
Yes.
a civilization like this that is making merchandise of
That's right.
the woman.
That's right.
So Sister Carla, what I wanted to ask you, tell us a little bit about your journey to Islam, because was you born in the Nation of Islam?
No, sir, I was not, although many believe I was. I said, no, I was born and raised in the South End of Boston,
Okay.
about 10 minutes from Prudential Center. Um, I lived in an all-black neighborhood at that time. Parents both worked, father and mother. Grandmother lived downstairs. And I started this job for the government called Commonwealth of Mass Third-Party Liability, where I met a sister by the name of Sister Cheryl Dunson. And I used to go to her house on the weekends and just, have a good time. We would read or watch a movie together. But I noticed the first time I went into her house, there was a man on the living room fireplace. And I said, who is that man? His picture was the only picture on the fireplace. They said, oh, that's Master Farad Muhammad.
Okay.
I said, Master Farad Muhammad, who is that? And they gave me some introduction. And then the next weekend I came, there was a picture of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad in the living room on the coffee table by some roses. I knew of him, but they gave me a little bit more information. And then the next time I came, lo and behold, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was in another table in the living room, and that was my journey. And my first time in a Muslim home, it was impeccable, neat, clean. You could see Master Farad Muhammad, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It was my first Muslim dinner.
Okay.
Bean soup, baked fish, wonderful butternut squash, salted cabbage, and beef pie with vanilla ice cream.
Wow.
It was a great, great journey when they brought me to 10 Washington Street.
Wow, that's such a beautiful story, Sister Carla, and I never heard that story before.
Yes, sir.
But it's very inspiring.
Yes.
Because your first introduction was at a believer's home.
Yes.
Which for me, there's a lesson in there for us as believers.
Yes, sir.
That we should be inviting people to our home.
Yes.
To introduce them
Yes.
to, our way of life, and really just to bring them in. Because when they brought you in, I don't know, share a little bit about that. Was they overtly trying to fish you in, or how did that happen? Did they just invite you over and have a pleasant conversation?
Their mother, Sister Pauline X, was brilliant. What she would do every time I came by the house, she would have a different book by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad on the coffee table. And I like to read, so I would pick up Message to the Black Man, which my mother already had in the house. But for some particular reason, when I went to their home, I read it. Next Saturday, How to Eat to Live, book 1. Another Saturday, How to Eat to Live, book 2. Another Saturday, Our Savior Has Arrived, Fall of America.
See?
So I was introduced to the teachings through that family with those 5 books.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yes.
And so again, you were invited several times.
Yes.
So they were really,
Yes.
just allowing you to come in naturally
Yes.
and kind of learn
Yes.
on your own. And that was all before you ever entered into the mosque.
I was a guest.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, then they invited you to come to the mosque as a guest?
I started coming to their home because Sister Cheryl used to do my hair on the weekends, on Saturdays. And one thing led to another. I think I would say I came about 5 or 6 weeks, and then they probably said she's ready. So they brought me to 10 Washington Street. Minister Dawn was on the rostrum that day, and lo and behold, a sister checked my purse, and I knew her, Sister Juliet, Brother Keith's wife.
Oh, right.
Sister Juliet and I grew up. We lived one street apart in the South End, and she gave me the greetings. I gave her the greetings the best I could, and it's all history.
What was that experience like when you first came to the mosque? And I'm wondering what, I know it's a twofold question, but what was your background as far as religion? What, did you grow up in the church? And so how was that? Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right, Brother Minister. I grew up in the church. I was a Catholic, so I went to Holy Cross Cathedral, over by Cathedral area, and born and raised, things of that nature. But when I started coming here on Sundays after Catholic church services, my brother and I, he would escort me back, and I said, you know what, I think I'm going to join the Nation of Islam because they're trying to help our people. I said, Holy Cross Cathedral is not feeding anybody. They're not helping. If they are, it's never publicized. Also, unfortunately, there were some concerns at Holy Cross Cathedral, so I thought it was best for me to leave and to find another way. But Allah, God, is so beautiful. He shows you His way is the only way, and that He brings people into your life. I would call them angels who help you on that journey. For 3 years, the Dunson family brought me to the mosque and took me home for 3 years.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful lesson. And most of us grew up Christian because we're here in America.
Yes.
And our slave master was Christians, and they handed to us. They made our parents and grandparents Christians.
Yes, they did.
So we grew up that way. But a lot of times people don't understand the congruency between Islam and Christianity. True. Because there's only one God. Yes, and we know that as Muslims, to go from being a Christian to being a Muslim is not a rejection of Jesus. That's right. Because we as Muslims, we love Jesus. That's right. We believe in Jesus. That's right. And we strive to follow Jesus. That's right. So it's not a question about leaving Jesus. Yes. But it's a question about learning about who you are. That's right. And how do we express that in this day and time? And more importantly, recognizing that the same God that raised Jesus has raised up someone from among us. That's right. In this modern time. That's right. To lead, teach, and guide us in a way and with a teaching that doesn't contradict anything that Jesus taught, but it gives us a modern, practical application for the time in which we're living in now.
I wanted to say my very first impression when I came to the mosque, it was beautiful, it was clean, it was neat. Because I was kind of nosy. I was looking all around. Brothers on one side, Sister Cheryl said, no, you go to the right side. That's where the sisters are, because they said in Islam, we don't sit together out of respect. This way we can concentrate on the message, grow separately, but also grow as a family. I heard Minister Dawn say that the women in the Nation of Islam are the queens of the planet Earth. The Black woman, the first woman, and mother of civilization. And that impressed me because a lot of times the Black woman or the Black community is put down, spit on, kicked on, shocked on, and nobody really talks about the upliftment, especially women. The Black woman, she's the last for everything.
Come on.
So it was, I was so impressed with Minister Dawn was doing the teachings and talking about the woman. It was in the summer when I came because we all had on summer attire, and I was very impressed how the women were beautifully dressed in their white, how elegant and well mannered they were. No yelling and screaming and cursing at each other, just Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. And I was also very impressed on the men's side because it is what it is. Our men have been through a lot, and to see men suited, clean shaved,
come on.
short hair, bow tie, polished shoes, I said, why isn't this in the news?
Right.
Lo and behold, it may have been, but where I live, it wasn't.
Right.
So it was, all we saw was drive-by shootings because I was in that time where, you know, Humboldt Ave and all these other places were shooting and killing our young boys.
Yeah, that was in the 90s. That was in the height of the gang warfare here in Boston, the fratricide that was taking place.
I started coming out in 1987.
Wow.
When the minister was doing Stop the Killing tours.
Right.
I received and did my ex October 1989. My letter was accepted, and I received my ex in the Nation of Islam May 1990. And I thank Allah God for everyone and everybody, my parents, the Dunson family, Cheryl, Sister Cheryl, and mother, Sister Pauline. I thank Allah for those who held my hand on the journey to help me to better understand the teachings and what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad wanted for the woman. He said that we are special, we are precious, we are valuable, we are important. A lot of times we may come from a home where there's no self-confidence. So we look to the streets for love, for affection, and things of that nature. But we're taught in the sisters class, you must love self, you must love God, you must be proud of who you are and hold your head up high in your honor of God, and you can become a professor, a chef, a doctor, a lawyer, a businesswoman. We have women that are holding down this Final Call newspaper.
Come on now.
Praise be to Allah.
That's right.
We have women who are in the banking business, real estate. They have sisters that have real estate businesses in the Nation of Islam.
So that's let's talk about that. I want you, you're going into it because again, one of the misconceptions is that the women in Islam and in the Nation of Islam, you know, are in a subordinate position. They're, you know, they don't have no rights. And, you know, I do want to say that, you know, there is a distinction between Islam and the Nation of Islam. It's the same religion. We believe in God, Allah, and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. However, in a lot of the Eastern practices, there's a lot of cultural things that have actually crept into the faith, where in some places, some of the women are, you know, kind of treated as a second-class citizen. Yes, go right on ahead.
I was very first impressed when I came into the Nation of Islam that I could actually hold and touch and read a Holy Quran. Because there are some women still in 2025, they can't come inside a mosque. And some may not be permitted to even read the Holy Quran. We are in the mosque. We are here. We teach and train. We have women on Sunday service teaching from the rostrum. The teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. How to eat to live. How to be a woman of God. Just to name a few. How to take care of our children. How to have a proper home. Just to help those in the audience when they come out on Sunday. But I was greatly impressed. My mother bought me my first Holy Quran.
That's right.
My mother was a Christian, and she started coming out to Muhammad's Mosque number 11 here in 10 Washington Street. She said, if anything happens to me, I know that my daughter is in the right place.
Yes. Yes. So the women in the Nation of Islam, you know, occupy all type of positions. We have women in the Nation of Islam, Muslim sisters that are doctors, that are lawyers,
student ministers,
that are ministers. We have sisters that, you know, do really every job that a man does. Our sisters in the Nation of Islam do as well.
That's right.
So again, that's one of the misconceptions that women are somehow in the back burner. That is not what we practice in the Nation of Islam. And in truth, that's not Islam. And the majority of Islam, let me say this, because I don't want to cast no aspersions on Islam
Right.
in general.
Right.
The majority of Islam and Islam in general has actually liberated women. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Holy Quran gave women rights.
Yes.
That women in Christianity, in Judaism,
Right.
in other religions,
Right.
women did not have equal rights. That's not just an Islamic thing. That was an old cultural thing. But what we find in Islam is in the Quran that Allah says that woman has the same rights as a man
Yes,
does.
absolutely.
And it was Islam that actually liberated the woman.
Yes.
And so for the majority of the Muslim world, its women are in fact liberated.
Yes.
There are some places that, have a distorted, warped understanding, and have reverted back to, maybe some of the behaviors that existed in Arabia and in the Middle East prior to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Yes.
They have gone back, but that is not Islam. That's the culture.
Right.
But here in America, we're blessed.
Yes.
We have been blessed to receive the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, a man that God has raised for us to teach us.
That's right.
And he's teaching us in a way to uplift the woman. And again, he teaches us that a nation can rise no higher than its woman.
That's right.
So all praises are due to Allah. One of the things you mentioned earlier, Sister Carla, was about your experience when you first came.
Yes.
And how the mosque was clean and beautiful. And I want to take this opportunity to invite, those in our listening audience who are in the Boston area,
Yes.
to come out this Sunday.
Yes.
Because we will be having our grand reopening. The mosque is actually under construction right now. We're doing some renovations.
Yes.
And so you could come on Sunday. We're looking to have our grand reopening, and have a beautiful, beautiful meeting.
That's right.
The subject will be, behold,
Yes.
we will make all things new.
That's right.
Allah, God makes all things new. And so we want to invite you to come on out. And also we will be honoring some of the heroes in our community.
Yes.
That are doing a great and outstanding work. So
Absolutely.
make sure that you come out this Sunday to Muhammad Mosque number 11. Is located at 10 Washington Street in beautiful uptown Grove Hall. Come out and hear a beautiful message and get to meet your brothers and your sisters.
That's right.
And fellowship with us, and just come into the environment. So you were going to say something, Sister Carla?
Yes, sir. I was going to say that as a woman in Islam, in the Nation of Islam, one of the most important things for myself personally is that I'm allowed to be free. I'm allowed to be free to express myself. I'm allowed to be free to share ideas. Like, I'm a part of the Ministry of Health. We have 10 different ministries. I'm allowed to speak, to do research, to go different places to help the Nation of Islam. Freedom is key. If someone is downtrodden and trapped and imprisoned, and you have ideas and you're always told to be quiet and hushed up, but the women are not told to be quiet and hushed up.
That's
the
right.
women are told to reach as high as you can go in the name of Allah, God. Go as high as you want, fly as high as you want, respectfully, do things properly. Now go out and do your research and grasp and find different things that will help you, your family, your community, and your house of worship.
That's right. I think the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that the home is your base,
Right.
but not necessarily your place.
That's right.
So that is the base, but your place is wherever your God-given talents take you. So all praise is due to Allah. With that being said, we have a beautiful event coming up this Saturday.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So what's happening this Saturday, Sister
This
Cap?
Saturday, we are going to have the Women of Muhammad's Mosque number 11 are having a beautiful program starting at 1 p.m. this Saturday again, Save Our Girls. This came about because we were doing outreach down at Nubian Square. We saw some young ladies that were in activities that we thought were inappropriate. And we thought it would be nice to have a greet and meet. We're going to socialize, it'll be our first one. And just have the young ladies come out, sit, talk. We're going to have a topic about how to handle peer pressure. Be a leader, not a follower. How to dress to impress. Just a few things that we would like to share with the sisters, and they share with us. Very important that our young ladies know that we love them and we would like to meet them and teach them how to seek refuge in God in their own special way. Some may stay Christian. Some may want to join the Nation of Islam. We're not here to put a downtrodden on them or force anyone into anything, because God says, come as you are and learn how to be a woman, a young girl for God. So this is a time where we will, again, meet and greet, socialize, have topics. We're going to have a clippings of the Honorable Mrs. Farrakhan speaking to the young women at the Vanguard Retreat.
Right.
We're going to show some drill, see the women drilling, and have a dress of success seminar to show them how women dress. Now, I was telling a sister earlier, someone may not want to wear the headpiece. Now, from the neck down, she may love this outfit and put a hat with it or a scarf with it. She's learning to cover.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful thing that you're doing, because I think there's a lot of mystique and mystery around the woman in Islam.
Yes.
You know, and they see the sisters covered up, and
Yes.
you know, they may think a nun, and
Yes.
some may have bad experiences with nun in Catholic schools and different things of that nature. But you know, our sisters are real sisters.
That's right.
Right? That come from, you know, the hood and come from our people, all walks of life, and so come and have an opportunity to meet and greet some of the sisters and ask questions. Brother Christopher, if you can show that video that kind of gives us a little bit of a glimpse of some of the things that the MGT are engaged in and involved in. We have a beautiful video that captures some of that. So if you can share that. Wow.
That was powerful.
That is powerful. That's so beautiful.
It is.
You know, when you see that video, I love to see it, because it really captures, you know, the wide spectrum of things that the sisters in the mosque are involved in.
That's right.
You know, you see the sisters training, right? You see the sisters, you know, being soldiers. So again, you know, it's not what people think it is. As you watch that video, what sticks out to you, and what kind of feelings and thoughts come to your mind?
Brother Minister, when I watch that video, it shows me the power of the woman. A lot of times people think that women are weak, can't do anything, but we are a nation within a nation.
That's right.
We have our military too. Women protect women and look out for women and young girls. So it's very important that women know how to defend themselves, how to take care of themselves, and reach to the highest of the high.
Yes, and I love that you see that, you see them being soldiers, but then you see, you know, them doing the house and being wives and being mothers, and you know, again, that's something that's missing in our community as well, is really the family unit. Right? A strong black man with a strong black woman rearing strong black children. That's what's needed.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Family is the basis of nation.
You're right, brother.
You know, and so all praises are due to Allah. We want to share more and more of this experience. And you know, you came into the Nation of Islam, um, and you were single at the time. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I went right into the Vanguard class.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And so came into the Nation of Islam,
Yes, sir.
a young single sister, and was able to find a wonderful husband. Is that right?
All praises are due to Allah. Yes, sir. I met Brother James in the mosque,
Mm.
in the house of God. And from there, we went through our process of courting. We went through that process where you're asked questions to protect yourself. You know, it's good to have a little research and a little information on each other before you walk down the aisle. This way, everybody can be on the same page in the beginning. And as you grow, then you get engaged, and then you go into your marriage. And it's been 32 years?
Come on now.
No.
Y'all been married 32 years? All praises are due to Allah. It seemed like it was just yesterday.
I know.
Time flies.
Time flies.
And so, you know, again, to our sisters, you know, and to our listening audience, don't feel that being covered and dressing modest you're going to be deprived of a man.
Right.
You know, no, you're going to be deprived of the wrong kind of man.
That's right.
You're gonna save yourself the wrong attention.
That's right.
You know, but what you're gonna do is attract the right man.
That's right.
You're gonna attract a godly man.
That's right.
A man that's gonna be willing to fight for you. A man that's gonna defend you. That's gonna protect you. That's gonna take care of you. Because again, this is what we're taught in the FOI class.
That's right.
How to take care of our women, how to be men, and shoulder our responsibilities.
Right.
So don't fear dressing modest and feel like you're gonna miss. You're not gonna miss anything.
That's right.
You're gonna gain
That's right.
the whole world. So come on out. So all praises due to Allah. So Sister Captain, I don't want to keep you, but we do have a lot of things that's gonna be happening this weekend.
Yes, it's gonna be
I want to talk about this Saturday we have our turkey giveaway. So Brother Christopher, if you could go ahead and share with our audience the flyer. But we're going to be having a turkey giveaway that's going to be this Saturday from 11 to 2 o'clock, where actually you have to go to Eventbrite and register for this, because you do have to pre-register. So go to Eventbrite and you want to put up their turkey giveaway, and you'll be able to register for this event. And we'll be not just giving away turkey, but also all of the fixings for the turkey. So make sure that you come out, that you go to. I'm going to pull up the flyer so I could really look at it. Folks, you could see it on the screen, but put in Eventbrite Holiday Turkey Fest giveaway. And that's going to be Saturday, this November 22nd, from 11 to 2. That's going to be at 2 Washington Street, right up in beautiful uptown Grove Hall. Come on out. And, you know, in these trying times, and we know that people are having food insecurities. So we just want to do something to help out. We'll be doing this event in partnership with Heather and a bunch of other beautiful organizations that are doing a lot of great work in our community. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and shout them out. So we have the South End Brunch Club. We have the City Tent City Tenant Association, which is right near where you grew up, Sister Carla. We have the Mel King Brunch. We have Urban Heat 98.1 FM that's partnering with us, as well as the City of Boston that donated so that we can purchase some of the food that we will be giving away, and also again Torchlight Recovery Inc. So that's going to be taking place this Saturday at 11. So make sure you register at Eventbrite so that you can get your turkey and the fixings and all that you need. So that's going to be taking place this Saturday, and then the Save Our Girls. So it's simultaneously.
That's right.
So we're very, very busy very busy here in Boston, a lot of opportunities. We're just trying to reach out to our people. I'm looking online. I see we have Sister Marissa sends the greetings of Assalamu alaikum. We have Brother Naeem is tuning in as well, and he sends the greetings. All praises are due to Allah. So, brothers and sisters, we want to encourage you to continue to tune in, and we will be coming to you. Really, every week we want to come with a new episode of the I Bear Witness podcast show, which we want to talk about the things that are happening in the city and what we're doing, but we also want to highlight some of the heroes and some of the folks that are doing great work in our community. Yes, ma'am.
I want to make a correction. 28 years of marriage, 35 years in the Nation of Islam.
Oh, okay. 28 years of marriage. All praise. And 35 years.
35 in the Nation of Islam.
All praises due to Allah. Beautiful, beautiful. We got to correct it, right?
That's right.
Brother James, like, wait a minute, you added some numbers there.
Exactly.
All praises due to Allah. Well, as we wind down, Sister Captain, is there anything else that you would like to share with our listening audience?
To all of the women and our guests in the audience, always hold your head up high. We sometimes have challenges and trials, and sometimes we say, oh, I've lost a loved one, or where's my children? They're acting out of order, or I wish my home was a little bit better. Pray to God. We're taught first and foremost as women in the Nation of Islam to seek refuge in God. Pray, read scripture, put on scripture, play a tape of Minister Farrakhan or those that uplift you spiritually. We have to hold on to God.
Absolutely. So I want to reiterate, to invite our women and girls, come out this Saturday, 1 o'clock, 10 Washington Street, for the Save Our Girls event. Again, our girls are being targeted, and they're being targeted by the enemy, who is promoting a self-destructive genocidal culture, where our women are being, stripped down and really made to look at their bodies as a means to come up. So when we look at the rappers that are being promoted, is really over sexualized.
Sex trafficking.
And we're living in a time where there's a lot of sex trafficking going on. So somebody got to stand up and be the example, and really give the other narrative. Not that sex sells and get money and flaunt it, and so that's what they're getting from the mainstream media, which is very hurtful and harmful. So we want to give the other narrative and invite the women. So sisters and brothers, if you got young daughters, right, bring them to Muhammad Mosque number 11, where they can meet some good sisters, some real women, and get a chance to talk with them. As we close, Brother Christopher, I want you to play that other video when we close. So as we go out, I want y'all to watch this last piece, which really go a little bit more in depth about the woman in Islam, and particularly the MGT. And so we want to open up the MGT class. The sisters are opening that up, and I want to say that right on time, because this past week, the men were blessed when we had an open FOI class. And so, usually these classes are for registered Muslims only.
That's right.
Right? And so, but we were blessed this past Monday that the FOI class was opened up to our brothers who came and got a chance to hear a beautiful message, and we got a chance to see and hear from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We have to realize that we're family. And the Nation of Islam, we're not some strange foreign outliers. We from the hood. We you. We from you. We are you. Don't treat us like we're other. Right? We're family. And so we're very happy to open our doors and to invite you in to learn more about us, because we're folks just like you that heard a word and a teaching that absolutely transformed our lives for the better. You know, we're taught that you're not a Muslim until you want for your brother and your sister what you want for yourself. So we know the beauty and the good of what Islam has done for us. We know what Islam has done for us, and we want to share this with all of our brothers and sisters. So we want to invite you to come out. So sisters, make sure that we come out this Saturday for the Save Our Girls, and Sunday as well. Definitely want you to come back Sunday for the grand reopening. That's for everybody. Yes. But let's close out. I thank you for giving us your attention and tuning in. Continue to tune in to the I Bear Witness podcast show, where we will continue to bring you more information and more lively interviews and talk about some of the work that is being done and some of the great believers that can bear witness to the transformative power of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So until next week, thank you for tuning in. I greet you as I opened up with the greeting words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I think it's the other video, Chris.
You only sent me one video.
Really?
Yeah.
Should have been two.
Well, I thought you were only sending me one.
So if that's the only one, see if you see the other one. If not, play the intro again as the outro.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing anyway.
Okay. Yeah, there was a longer video that I sent. You don't see it?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see it?
No, there was only one video.
I heard you playing it.
Oh, yeah. Man, it's all right. Mm-hmm.
To ask you, but I don't have any sisters on once a month on the podcast. Having sisters once a month come on the podcast.
Sure.
Could be like a sister hour with you.